Hey guys, this is Jessica Gutierrez with Clean With Me podcast. This is a podcast where I walk you through cleaning your house step by step. So let's clean together. Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. So I hope you guys are motivated and ready to clean. If not, that's okay. I'm going to get you guys motivated. So let's go ahead and get right to it. Do whatever it is you do that gets you motivated to clean, whether it's lighting a candle, throwing your hair up in a bun, getting your kids occupied if you have kids, giving them an activity to do, maybe let them play with some pots and pans, or if that's too loud and you can't hear my lovely voice well enough, then you could, give them a coloring book, put them on a show, have them watch some Coco Melon or something. If you have big kids, you can have them start doing their chores, maybe like if you have like a summer chore chart or something. While you're cleaning, you could have them do their chores. If you have preteens or teenagers, that way the house is getting done quicker and you have less to do. If you don't have any kids and you're already ready to go, then let's go ahead and get started. Today's episode is going to be about cleaning when you're in a depression or a funk or you've lost motivation and how to move past that. I know we've all been there before, or maybe you will be in the future, or maybe you're just having a really rough time right now, and I just want to help you if you're going through that. If not, that's okay. I'm going to do our normal cleaning walkthrough with just some tips along the way. So go ahead and go to your laundry room if you're motivated and ready to go, and let's go ahead and do a laundry switch. Move your clothes from your washer to your dryer. If there's some already in there, move the clothes that are in your dryer to a laundry basket for after the episode, and go ahead and start a new load of laundry. And I apologize if there's any background noise. I am driving while I'm recording this because this is my only alone time without my kids today, so I apologize if you hear the sounds of the car. But anyway, go ahead and do a laundry switch. And if you're having a hard day today and you just don't want to do a big load of laundry, you could just do a load of towels. But go ahead and at least do one load of laundry. That way we're maintaining and we're keeping up with it. And once you're done with that, we'll move over to the kitchen. And as we're finishing up the load of laundry and heading into the kitchen, just remember, even when you're feeling unappreciated and down and out, just try to clean for yourself, because we're just, the more we clean for ourselves and the more we maintain, it'll just make our lives easier and make it easier for us to get the stuff that we need to get done, and not have a big overwhelming mess for ourselves, especially if we are going through a depression. Because, things can get overwhelming really fast and they could just add to your depression. So the more we're maintaining and just doing those little wins, those little battles, like making your bed in the morning, that's a big win for yourself. And focusing more on what we're getting done instead of what we haven't gotten done yet, because I know it's really easy to get anxiety and just get stressed out about things that we have to do. And instead of looking at the big picture when we're feeling this way, maybe just focus more on the little things and what we are doing and what we have accomplished, and just try to motivate ourselves instead of putting ourselves down all the time. I know I'm bad about that. So as we go into the kitchen, go ahead and put all of our dishes that are in the dishwasher or our drying racks away to make room for the new dishes. And I'm proud of you guys for getting this far. You obviously are trying to clean. If you're listening to this podcast, you're getting started. You're attempting to get stuff done today, and that's the most important thing. And that's the hardest part, is getting started. I say that a lot because it's true. The hardest part of getting started and cleaning your house is just, that first step and just starting, because you kind of get yourself into the mode and into a rhythm of cleaning once you start. And I know with my first, I had postpartum depression, and I was having really hard time maintaining my house, and I would just really force myself and push myself just to start cleaning. And then once I started, it was a lot easier just to go ahead and keep going. And that's why a lot of times I say, don't sit down, don't pick up your phone while we're doing the 1 hour episode, because it's real easy for me, especially if I'm in a low point in my life or having trouble. It's real easy for me to get distracted and just kind of go off the rails and just quit cleaning altogether. So once I start getting into that rhythm of cleaning, I really like to stay in it until, I get everything done. And an hour is a lot, and it's really awesome if you go that full hour and you clean. If you do any amount of cleaning, whatever is possible for you, whatever is doable for you, you do that. But an hour of straight cleaning is a lot, and I realize that's why it's a once a week episode, because we don't always have time to do an hour straight of cleaning. But once you get going, it really makes it a lot easier. So once you're done putting all of your dishes away, go ahead and start rinsing off and pre-cleaning your dishes, pre-washing your dishes to put into the dishwasher or hand wash if you don't have one like I do. Like I don't. Go ahead and do that. And remember, the better you pre-wash, the more you get every little bit of food and really just scrub those dishes clean, the easier it is to just load the dishwasher or wash them by hand, because you don't have to deal with any icky food or anything like that. And we're going to focus a lot, since we're talking about depression, we're going to focus a lot on maintaining the house and making sure we're just checking these areas and cleaning as we go. I mentioned before that I struggle with my refrigerator, so like I said, I really have to, every time I check for just, old food or stuff that needs to be washed in my refrigerator, stuff like that every time. And this is even more true when I'm going through a funk or depression, or just, I'm down and out or just not motivated, because the things that you struggle with on a, everyday basis when you're feeling good and motivated, when you're in a depression, those things are not even crossing your mind, and they often get neglected. So you really have to more consciously think about those things and maybe write down a list like I mentioned before, and really push yourself to check on those things in order to maintain, because otherwise things will get out of hand, and next thing you know, you'll have to do, a real bad deep clean of your fridge, because, old stuff and everything has just taken it over because it's been neglected for so long. Go ahead and check your fridge if that's an issue for you. If you don't have anything in there, that's fine. Maybe gather some dishes from around your house that need to be cleaned. Or if you have big kids, you can have them do that part. And while you're working on your dishes and tackling that, I'll talk about, I'm all about making things as easy as possible, and cleaning, I'm going for convenience. So when you have a lot going on in your life, cleaning will be put on the back burner, and sometimes, it's just something that you don't even want to think about because you have so many overwhelming things going on in your life. So that's why maintaining is so important, and cleaning as you go is so important, so that it doesn't upset you even more when you're looking at a big giant stack of dishes or clothes. You know what I mean? So making it as easy as possible and as simple as possible, and providing yourself with the tools that you need to accomplish that are very important. And I'll talk about the cleaning haul I just made. I just went to the store, and the reason why I rant and rave about those Clorox wipes so much, the disinfecting wipes, is because they really are just something that makes my cleaning so much faster, because they really get things up really easy. The same thing with those magic erasers. It just takes the elbow grease out of it. You don't really have to scrub quite as hard and as long. And it's easy to get discouraged if you're just sitting there like scrubbing your walls, trying to get ink off for like 5 hours and it's not getting off. That's an exaggeration, but you know what I mean. So just providing yourself, whenever you go to the store, just if you can and if you're able to, just get things that make your cleaning life more easier. And it also motivates me. You know, the older I get, the more I get excited about getting cleaning supplies. And I really get excited to use those things, and especially, you know, if I know they're going to make my life easier. So that's kind of something you could do for yourself that'll motivate you, maybe getting a new tool. I saw a lot of cleaning hack videos show this. You've probably seen them too. Maybe not. They're a sponge with like a happy face in it, and you stick your fingers through the eyes of the happy face, and it helps you like grip the sponge. And it's supposed to be like a really, really useful cleaning sponge. I got it. It's called a Mama something sponge. And I'll post about it on my socials. I posted about it already on my Patreon. Anyway, it's a happy face sponge, and it's like a reusable sponge. You could throw it in your dishwasher even, and it's like if you use warm water with it, it's soft, or vice versa, and if you use cold water, it's like a hard sponge or something, and it's safe to use on non-stick pans and stuff like that. So I got me one of those, and I'm excited to use that. So that was to kind of motivate me to clean, and I stocked up on my Clorox wipes because I was out of them for a while, and I found myself not cleaning as much as usual because I didn't have my convenient wipes, you know, and I was using rags all the time, and it was creating more laundry for me, and then I didn't want to use 1,000 rags, so I just wasn't cleaning as much, and I like cleaning the bathroom with those Clorox wipes, so that was kind of going on the back burner. So I made the time and effort to go ahead and restock on those. And it doesn't have to be the same products I use, but whatever you like to use and whatever, you know, makes you want to clean, get those things for you, and just kind of treat yourself with stuff like that to motivate you to clean, especially if you're going through a hard time. And you know how I've been talking about that hand vacuum and wanting to get that for a while. I finally got it, and I'm super excited because like I can literally use it for everything. And if you have toddlers, or if you've had toddlers and you've ever been in that phase of life, or I mean dogs, or literally anything, cats, I can use it for cat litter, I can use it for crumbs, kids throwing bits of tortilla all over my house, bread, you know. So I'm super excited for that hand vacuum. I'm going to use it for underneath my couch cushions and everything. And I borrow my sister-in-law's from time to time, but I actually have my own now, so I'm super excited to use that. And that's something that's going to definitely motivate me. It was like $30-something. The one that I got a dust buster or something. Just the cheapest one they had at Target when I went. I was going to order one on Amazon, and then I changed my mind and never did it. I think I talked about that in a past episode, that I was going to get one from Amazon, but I didn't actually go through with it. I just had it in my cart. But it was the same one, and it was a similar price anyway. But I think it's going to really motivate me to clean a lot more, especially while it's new and fun. And, you know, you can get like your area rugs with it, if you have like entryway rugs that the kids wipe their feet on, you can get those with it. Just any little messes they make. And if you can't afford it, maybe even get one that you could do wet stuff with too. Mine's just a dry vacuum. And just still be chugging away on your dishes while I'm talking. I mentioned in my speed cleaning episode on Sunday the cleaning hack that you can use that toilet bowl cleaner bleach if you have a porcelain sink, and that'll really get your sink really pretty and white. And that bleach is also good for your bathtub as well. And I have used that toilet bowl Clorox bleach on my sink, and it does really make it really super white. So, but anyway, like I was saying before, after I had my first child, I had pretty bad postpartum. I never, went to the doctor for it. I was kind of embarrassed. I didn't really know. It was my first kid, and I didn't really understand. I thought I just was overwhelmed because it was my first kid. But I remember constantly calling the nurse hotline and stuff like that because I always thought she wasn't breathing right, and constantly texting my mom about every little thing she did because I was just worried she was going to die constantly. And, some of that's normal, but if it's like taking over your life, you might need to talk to your doctor about it. And then I remember my husband was working out of town on the oil field when she was a newborn, so I would get really overwhelmed, and then you're like wondering if it's normal or if you should be able to handle it, and then you just don't really want to talk about it to anyone. And then it's really hard to keep up with cleaning, and I remember having, getting really, really behind when he was out of town because I didn't have anybody there to like check up on me and kind of like, oh, he's going to be home at this time, so I should have the house clean by then, or like a deadline or anything. And I didn't have any kind of schedule. I was just feeding the baby every couple hours and just, not taking care of myself. So, and then I remember like being super overwhelmed right before he came back and having to, being super overwhelmed and crying because the house was so messy because I let it build up for 2 weeks and I wasn't maintaining like I should. And then as she got older and I started realizing that if I didn't save it till, the 2 weeks and I just cleaned up as I went, and it would make it a lot easier for myself and I wouldn't be as stressed and overwhelmed, and it actually helped my depression a little bit, and it helped me get out of that funk because, a dirty house really does add a lot to that. And it's like a vicious cycle because when you're depressed, you don't want to clean, and then your house being dirty makes you depressed and makes you stressed out. So, but yeah, anyway, what helped me the most is when I just really realized that the more I cleaned as I went and the more I maintained, the easier it was on me, and it really actually helped my depression because I wasn't sitting around stressed out thinking like, this house is horrible. If someone comes over to see the new baby, I'm gonna look like a wreck, and just, all the things that go through your mind when your house is a mess. And it's not just about that, it's just, being in a dirty environment also affects your mood. And also, like I said, not focusing on the things that you haven't done or you didn't get to that day, not sitting around stressing like, oh, I didn't do this, and this today. Just focus on what you did get done, even if you just took a shower or just did your dishes or just picked up a little bit. You did something, and that's the most important thing, and you're listening right now and you're cleaning right now, and even if you're not cleaning, you're working up to it and you're thinking about it, at least because you're listening to a cleaning podcast. So just focus on your little wins, and maybe make your bed in the morning or clean your plate after you eat, just little things like that. And if you're not done with your dishes, that's okay. We've all had big dish days. I have those more times than I don't. Most days it takes me a long time to finish the dishes. Usually I have to rewind this part because I have buku dishes. I'm not very good at washing right after I eat a meal. I do try to do that, as much as possible, but I told you my 1-year-old is just all over me. So I know it's not always possible, but just doing little whatever you can as you can. Maybe you spill something, instead of just leaving it there, wipe it up right then and there. Or a lot of people struggle with laundry. I do. If I don't do it right if I don't fold it right when it comes out, it kind of gets put on the back burner. So, stuff like that. If it's something you struggle with, then try to do that first, or try to do it, right when it's finished, like when the laundry comes out. But anyway, if you're not done with the dishes, that's fine. But if you are, I'm just going to start talking about wiping down. So get your Clorox wipes, your rags, your favorite product, or just soap and water, and go ahead and just start going wipe crazy and just wipe down everything you possibly can. Start with, your countertops. Put everything away that doesn't belong first. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Before you wipe down, if you do have anything that's out of place, go ahead and put that away where it goes. Don't make more work for yourself. Don't put things away, in the wrong spot, or just move the mess to another room. And then just, wipe down everything you can see. Just if you see a splatter, wipe it down. And, if you're going through a hard time, it's okay if you're just doing the bare minimum every day. Anyway, just wipe down everything, anything and everything. Wipe down the inside of your microwave if it needs it. Quickly wipe down your stove top. Make sure you really get in there and wipe everything down. Look behind your stove on that wall. Is there any grease splatter or anything? Make sure you get that before it gets too built up. Look on your cabinets. Is there anything that needs to be wiped down? Any splatter? There's usually splatter around my sink a lot of times because you're dealing with food and rinsing things off and stuff. A lot of times that'll have some stuff on the cabinets around there, maybe, or behind the faucet. Might need a quick wipe down. Your dining room table might need a quick wipe down. Check your chairs. Are they sticky? Is there any, especially if you have little ones, is there anything sticky on your chairs? High chair, does that need a deep clean? Wipe that down quickly. And then if you brush any crumbs, which I always have, crumbs and stuff that I'm brushing onto the floor, you might just want to do a quick spot sweep. You might not be doing your major sweep session until the end of the episode, but just if there's any major crumbage, then you might want to sweep that up so you're not tracking it throughout the house. And the main thing when going through a hard time is just making sure we're maintaining stuff that will get, stinky or moldy or just attract bugs or ants or whatever. Keeping up with the dishes, the wiping down, making sure the floors are clean, stuff like that. Because we're probably not going to be organizing cabinets and stuff like that if we're down and out. Or if that soothes you, then, everyone's different. Everyone deals with grief in a different way. Everyone deals with depression in a different way. But in my situation, the way it manifested in my life when I was going through it was, I was struggling to keep up with that stuff. So I was just forcing myself to do just maintenance chores like the dishes and laundry and stuff like that. And, I wasn't doing it at first, but once I learned to just maintain and, I had lists really helped me through. That's why I stress the importance of lists, especially in my life, because they really helped me to get through things and to really have a plan. And the podcast is kind of, our weekly list because it keeps you on track and kind of gives you a timeline of how and where to do things. But it also helps too to simultaneously write things down and, scratch them off on different days. So we're going to go ahead and move into the living room, and no worries, no judgment if you're still working on your kitchen. We all have those days. Like I said, most of my days I have to rewind the kitchen portion and just, because a lot of times I clean along with my own show just to make sure that I'm kind of doing my times right and everything. In a lot of days I have a lot of dishes, so understandable. And right now I have 6 people in my house instead of the usual 4 because my stepdaughters are staying with me for a month. So with more people comes more dishes. But I'm just going to go ahead and move on to the living area. So, just do your focal points of the room, your couch, make sure your cushions are clean. If you have the time and the energy to, maybe vacuum up underneath the cushions, you could do that. I'm definitely going to be doing that a lot more often now that I finally have my little dustbuster hand vacuum because, that's the main reason I wanted it, is to vacuum underneath my couch. I think it's going to be great for that. And all those little constant messes that the kids have, I'm not going to have to break out the broom every time. I can just suck them up. So I'm so hyped about that. I'm sure you could tell. I'm super excited to use that. And use that. I'm using the fact that I'm excited about my new cleaning toy, and I'm using that to motivate myself to clean my house better. And that's a good thing to do if you're down and out and you're having a rough patch is, get a new cleaning supply or something to make your life easier to motivate you to clean. And if your windows are closed, go ahead and open up your blinds and let some light into the area. That always brightens up your mood. If you're in a dark, gloomy house all day, my house does not have very good lighting, so I know during the summer months in Texas especially, it gets so hot with those windows open, but when I'm cleaning the living areas, I like to just open the windows because when I'm cleaning, it really gives me a boost of energy, and it does make you happier to have more light into the room. So you might want to do that, and it'll just help you, give you a little extra energy boost, and maybe enhance your mood a little bit. And then just put away anything that doesn't belong. Put away toys. If anything's collecting on your dining room table, your end tables or your coffee tables, if you have one that opens, is there anything accumulating in there? No worries if you're not in a place right now where you want to just go into organization mode and you're just trying to maintain. That's completely fine. Check your entryway. Is there anything out of place in your entryway? Do you need to dust off a rug maybe that you have in your doorway for people to wipe their feet on? I have, a shoe rack by my door that I got from Walmart for $7. I've seen people also, a little tip I saw on social media, somebody had that same $7 Walmart shoe rack that I have, except they were using it to put bottled waters on. And this would be for people without toddlers, because there's no way my toddlers would let that happen. They'd see a rack full of water bottles and immediately throw them all over my house. So this is for people without babies in the house. If you have big kids or no kids, this would be for you. So, or it's great for an actual shoe rack too. Straighten anything in your living room. This is a case to case. Everybody's living areas are going to be different. Your living area probably is different from mine. Everyone's, is different. Maybe you have a bookcase that needs to be organized or dusted, or maybe you need to dust your ceiling fan or just wipe down your window sills. Clean under your couch. Maybe under your couch is getting out of hand. Mine always is out of hand, so I always have to, get a broom and just sweep underneath, use it as like a tool to get everything out from underneath my couch and put it away. And stuff like that, it seems like a big deal when you're thinking about doing it, but when you actually do it, it usually only takes like 5 minutes. It's more the build-up of cleaning that stresses us out the most. And I know sometimes I will sit around for hours thinking about all of the cleaning I have to do, and like, oh, I don't want to clean underneath my couch, stuff like that. And then when I actually force myself to start and I start actually getting into it, it really only takes me like a few minutes, and I'm like, really, I just built that up for hours and it was like nothing. So I do that to myself so much, and I'm sure you could probably relate to that. And that's why I say starting is the hardest part. It really is. That's like the truest thing ever. It's just starting up. The build up is way worse than the actual cleaning part. And even if you don't get it all accomplished in one day, say like your coffee table is becoming this insane hot spot, and when you're depressed, it may not seem like a big deal to other people, but just cleaning off your coffee table that has a bunch of junk on it, or doing a pile of dishes or laundry, can seem so overwhelming, and that just thinking about doing it will stress you out. And I really highly suggest just starting and just picking away at it. And if you get overwhelmed in the process, then stop, give yourself a break. But if you can finish it, and once you start, you probably will finish it, because like I said, it's the build-up that's the most stressful. So if you take anything from this podcast, take just doing one little thing at a time and not really thinking about the big picture when it comes to cleaning. Just think about what your next step is and take it one step at a time, one task at a time, just one little thing at a time. I'm just going to fold the towels just to start. I'm just going to start folding towels, and then maybe be like, okay, well now I'm already folding towels, might as well clean, fold this this person's clothes, my clothes in here and put them away. And then, once you're folding, you end up folding the whole pile before you know it. So, just start and then just see where it takes you, and just one step at a time. If you have a TV or a TV stand, maybe that needs to be wiped down or dusted, you could do that too. Maybe you need to spot clean your couch. Maybe it's got a bunch of stains. I know mine is overdue for a spot cleaning. It could definitely use one. My kids spilled their chocolate milk bottle purposely. They squirted it out on one of my couch cushions, so I actually had to wash it in the washer this morning. But I only wash one of the cushions because I don't like to overwash them because it really tears them up. So I do need to spot clean my couch. I didn't get to it yet today, but I really do need to do that. So if you need to do that too, go ahead and do a spot cleaning. Use some Resolve or some upholstery cleaner or carpet cleaner, anything like that. And this is unrelated to the living areas, but this is a reminder to anybody that needs to clean their car to pencil that in for this week and either make that a plan for either today or tomorrow for you to clean your car. I went a long time without cleaning my car, and I have to really keep up with it because my kids are always bringing stuff in the car with them, and before you know it, I have like 15 Barbie dolls in my car and who knows what else. Shoes, everything, books, whatever they bring into the car every time they go anywhere. So I finally went to the car wash and really washed it out really good, which I'm not even going to have to go to the car wash as often now because I have my little mini vacuum and I can vacuum the inside of my car. I'm so excited. But I was really proud of myself for finally cleaning it because I was putting it off for a while, and I don't even know why it didn't even take that long, and I feel so much better now that it's clean. Again, if I was just bringing stuff in every time that, my kids got back from a trip and brought their toys inside each time they'd brought something out, then I wouldn't have a big giant mess in my car. But I wasn't doing that, so then I had a big mess I had to clean up. But it really wasn't that much because getting started is the worst part. So anyway, just keep working on your living areas. If you have to spot clean the floor, and maybe you have carpet and you have some stains on your carpet too, and you want to hit those with the Resolve while the Resolve is out, or the carpet cleaner is out, you can do that. I mentioned in my 20-minute hack video, I saw that Dollar Tree has these white brushes with blue bristles, these big cleaning brushes for $1, obviously. And I guess they're really good for like washing the baseboards and stuff like that, or just really scrubbing anything, bathtubs, whatever. I like to use the all-in-one soap dispenser sponges, or my sponge mama or sponge daddy in the tub, which I'm gonna give you feedback on if those are worth it in the next podcast, because I did get one. Maybe you have some pictures that are out of place or crooked, or maybe they need to be dusted down. Maybe you have mirrors in your living area that need to be Windexed and wiped down with some paper towels or a rag or newspaper. And you know how in the 20-minute episode on Sunday I was talking about how you can clean out the candles, the glass candle things, once your candles are all burned out and there's only a little bit of wax in there, by using boiling hot water in it and then waiting till the wax floats to the top and then scrubbing it out, and you can use it as little storage containers. I collect these little mini things, the little mini brands, and just any kind of like miniature item, like miniature toys, miniature foods, stuff like that. And from Etsy, or the little mini brand balls. So I'm gonna store them in the little glass candle dishes from now on. I thought that was such a cute little idea. You could put anything in there, really. And then I'll probably put my rice in there too, because I always have an issue with clipping, bags of rice, and they always end up spilling somehow in my cabinet no matter what I do. I don't know why. There's always like random rice in my cabinets that I always have to clean up. So I'm going to start storing my rice in the little candle dishes once I clean those out. I think that would be a good little container for my rice. But anyway, moving on, I will remind us to clean all of our floors at the end of the episode. And this is your reminder to do your pet chores. Maybe if you have pets, maybe you need to feed your fish, clean your fish tank. Maybe you have a litter box you need to clean, or feed your cats or your dogs or your chickens, whatever kind of animals you have, lizards, gerbils, whatever, rats, whatever you have, birds. Do your pet chores right now. I think of my pet chores when I'm in the living area. If you haven't want an update on my kittens, they are all eating very well. My favorite is still Harry. He likes to follow all the people. He's most personable. My stepdaughter sleeps in the, obviously sleeps in the cat room, as it has become because it's overtaken with kittens. And the littlest runt, Harry, always curls up right next to her head when she's sleeping, and the other 3 kittens always have to sleep with her. The other day she woke up and each kitten was in an awkward position all around her body to where she couldn't move. They were all like on every portion of her body. It was hilarious. They're the most adorable things I've ever seen in my life. They're so cute. Their mother, on the other hand, is so sick of being in the house because she was an indoor-outdoor cat before, but I can't let her outside because I don't want her to get pregnant again, and I haven't gotten her spayed yet. So next thing on the agenda is getting her spayed so that I can let her outside, because she's just meowing, and I don't even think she's in heat. I just think she's just really wants to go outside because it doesn't really seem like she's in heat. But I'm not taking any chances, so. But she's like over being a mom because the kittens are eating cat food and drinking water now. They're almost ready to go, which is sad, but it's okay. I know. It'll probably make life a lot easier for me, a lot less cleaning litter boxes constantly, but it's still sad because they're so cute. They're my babies. But my house is so tiny and we don't have any place for 5 cats, so it's necessary. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and move on to the bathrooms now. So let's go to the bathrooms. As you're walking down the hallway, does anything need to be cleaned in the hallway? Do you need to pick anything up in the hallway? Maybe some pictures need to be fixed or anything like that. Maybe you need to Clorox some door handles or something. But as we go into the bathroom, if there's any dirty clothes on the floor or in your hamper, go ahead and move those to the laundry area so we remember to wash them. And then just pick up anything that doesn't belong. Do you have anything out on your countertops that needs to be put away? Makeup, hair stuff, just random junk. Go ahead and put that where it goes. Put it away in a drawer. Everything out of sight, out of mind. And once you're finished with that and you get all of your dirty laundry into the laundry area, then it's time to, and if you have big kids and they have a bathroom or that they're in charge of, you can have them clean their bathroom at this time. Just the picking up part if you're going to do the deep cleaning, or if they're big kids and you want them to do the whole shebang, whatever you do in your house. And then just wipe down, and just get wipe down happy. First start with the mirrors, then do your countertops, and then move on to the toilet and do the surfaces that get touched first, and then all the other surfaces, and then get your toilet bowl cleaner brush and, first squirt some of that bleach inside the bathtub or toilet bowl cleaner, whatever you use. I like to use that Lysol, or it's either Lysol or Clorox, I don't remember. I think it's Clorox. The bleach, Clorox bleach, the one with the nozzle that squirts out the bleach underneath the rim, and that one's great for everything. So if you can stock up on that kind of bleach, do it, because it's good for bathtubs, it's good for kitchen sinks. It's just really potent bleach, really clings to everything really well. So let that sit a little while, and then, I like to do a basic scrub down with soap scum, bathroom cleaner, and my soap dispenser sponge that I keep in the bathtub after I take showers daily. And then I do my major bleaching. Lately, I've been into using that toilet bowl cleaner for the bathtub because it gets it super white. I do it about once a week, a real actual bleaching, and then I just do maintenance cleaning every day. And then I mentioned that vinegar is good for getting off hard water, but never mix bleach and vinegar. It'll create toxic fumes. And if you are using bleach, make sure you ventilate your bathroom well so that you're not breathing that in. And just make sure you're scrubbing your faucets, your walls, underneath if you need to take all your shampoos and everything out and scrub underneath all of that, make sure you're getting really into the grout. Old toothbrushes are good to clean the grout of your bathroom. I mentioned in the last episode that dryer sheets are good for getting the top of the baseboards, that dust that's really stuck on there. I guess dryer sheets are very good at getting up the dust. And that's a problem in my bathroom more than anything else for some reason. So I'm going to try that. But you guys are doing so well. You're getting so much done today. And I'm proud of you, especially if you're having a rough go at it. You know, anything you do will make you feel better because honestly, if you're in a clean environment, it's gonna make you feel so much more accomplished and just less in a funk because, you know, if your house is dirty, you're just going to be stressing about your house being dirty along with every other issue that's going on in your life and everything else that's stressing you out. So at least knock this out, and you guys you've done 45 minutes straight of cleaning and your house looks so much better and you're going to feel so much better, and it's one less thing you have to worry about. And now that we've done the hard part and we've, really dove in and cleaned the house really well today, then all you have to worry about is just maintaining it and just doing those little things and having those little wins, just making your bed, cleaning up a plate after you eat, stuff like that. Just focus of one thing at a time and just don't overwhelm yourself. And I don't know how many bathrooms you have, but I'm going to go ahead and move on to the bedrooms now. If you haven't washed your sheets in a while, go ahead and take off your bedding and move it to the laundry area, and then make sure that it's in the line of sight so that you make it a priority so it'll be washed before bedtime. And then same thing as the other rooms, just pick up anything that doesn't belong and put it away. If you have any clean clothes that need to be put away or hung up, you could do that now. If you have any dirty clothes in a hamper, go ahead and move those to the laundry room as well. I know there's so much laundry in my house. I'm sure you probably have the same problem if you have a lot of people in your house. But just same thing as everything else, just maintain it. Do at least a load a day. Have a designated day that you do, primarily laundry, maybe on a day that you don't have a lot of heavy cleaning. Maybe like the day after the podcast day, and when your house isn't that dirty, and you just have basic cleaning to do, maybe you could catch up on laundry and catch up on one of your shows or something and just sit back, put your feet up, relax, and just do a bunch of loads of laundry and just have a folding day and distract yourself with like a show or a audiobook or something like that. Same thing if you have little babies, maybe you need to take off their bedding and move it into the laundry room, or have them help pick up their toys, or you pick up their toys and just put stuff away. Look under your bed. Is there anything accumulating under your bed that needs to be put away? Maybe your drawers are getting out of hand and you need to take a mental note of that to do tomorrow. Because that can get overwhelming too if your room is like super unorganized, because that's supposed to be your peaceful place where you sleep, and you don't want it to be too cluttery or messy because that's going to stress you out too, especially if you're in a depression. And if you're spending a lot of time in that room, you don't want it to be cluttery and messy, and that's just stressful, and that's just going to make you feel worse. So, if you need to do some organizing or just some decluttering or just basic cleaning in your room, it'll make you feel a lot better also. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. So I'm really proud of you guys for making it this far and cleaning. And I hope you could take something from this episode. And I hope it helped if it helped anybody, then that's awesome. That's what I'm going for. I just really want to help somebody with sharing with my experience and what helped me. Everybody's different, and I understand that everybody's going to have different ways of healing and different ways of coping with cleaning your house while you're going through something. But if you can glean anything from this episode, it would be that just get started and make that first step. And you guys did. You cleaned with me. You got a lot done. You guys were super productive today, and I'm super proud of you. And if you're not following me on Facebook or Instagram, it's at Clean With Me Podcast. And if you want to follow my art page, if you're into art, it's at Jessica's Custom Work on Facebook and Instagram, all lowercase. And if you want to go that extra step and support the podcast financially, I will put the link in my description. And I'm just really happy that you guys joined me today. And as always, happy cleaning.